Hey Hal, how you doing? This is Tim with Guard Digital Marketing. So I'm coming at you with this as promised video to show you a few simple tips and tricks you guys can use to improve some of your online traffic and presence overall as a company. So let's go ahead. As you see, I have the homepage of the website pulled up, so we'll look at that in just a second. One thing I always like to do is start out on a Google search page so we can kind of go over a couple things and obviously see where you want to be at on here. Um, Now we pretty much know that being on the first page of Google is what you want to strive for, as 99 percent of people are most likely going to stay within that first page when they're searching for a service type company. Now, what I have typed into Google here is what I consider a buyer intent keyword, and by that I mean a type of service attached to a location. So if I was living in the St. Louis area, I would be typing some variation of this into Google to find a company to do that for me, right? So these are the phrases that you want within your website, and this is what we mean when we say keywords, okay? Now, typically there's going to be three ways to get on a first page of Google. One of the quickest and easiest ways is doing it through ads, okay? Now, of course, each ad, or pay per click basically is what they call it. So it costs every time somebody clicks on one of these. Um, Now, typically, you're still going to get fairly high conversion rates just because of the amount of exposure that these get. So it's a great, option if you're looking for instant gratification. Okay. Now, there's two organic places you can rank. First one is this Google Map Pack. Then the next is the actual organic listings. Now, this Google Map Pack you will rank in. Obviously, first you would need a Google Business profile and have that started and verified through Google, and then you make sure you filled everything out so Google isn't guessing about your company at all. You have also you have pictures that are typically geolocated to the areas that you serve. You're starting to get reviews with high ratings, so on and so forth, and then you need to build out citations for your company as well, which is your company name, service area or address, and then phone number in the same spot across the internet. So those three together at different places across the internet, and that'll build up your citations, which builds power and trust within your Google business profile to be able to rank within here. Okay. Now we can obviously tell why this is so crucial, especially to be in these top three, of course, because if somebody sees something they like in here, they're not going to scroll down into this organics, nor are they ever going to hit this more businesses button. Okay. But obviously, to maximize traffic to the website, you would want to be within the map pack, and then of course within the organic listings as well. Now, Ferguson Roofing is actually our first ranked here above even all the directories when it comes to roofing in St. Louis, Missouri. So we'll be doing a comparison of their website to yours and a paid program I use, just so we can see how are they getting here, right? And what's the benefit of them being here as well. So here is your homepage of the website again. I always like to look at home pages for one main reason, and that being that Google has a sweet spot when it comes to content, okay, and especially content on home pages. And that sweet spot is 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on the home page alone. So as we can see when we're scrolling through here, we're definitely a little light when it comes to that. And what that allows you to do, and basically on every page, especially the services page and the home page, you want to have, for every 150 words of content, you want to have one of these buyer intent keywords that I was talking about embedded within those pages. Okay. So this tells Google what you want to rank for, right? Because Google doesn't just come in here and see how we see a page and know exactly what you want to rank for. They're reading your page with the robots and the algorithms to figure out what you guys do and what you need to rank for, okay, so that people can find you. Now, there's also, one more thing that aspects into that. So Google can know what you want to rank for, but won't rank you because it doesn't trust you, right? So here is that paid program. So let's talk about that for a second. This is that paid program that I talked about that I can do quick comparisons of two different websites. So it gives me a dashboard of numbers that I can dive into deeper to see more true meaning behind them. And to do a lot more research. But for the sake of the video, to keep it short and not to bore you to death either, the dashboard does just fine. So there's two different ratings right up front. So these are for that power and trust rating from Google. The first one is for the entire website. The second one is for the homepage alone as it sits, okay? So these are ratings out of 100. So as we can imagine, fairly low when it comes down to it, right? So you have to build out these backlinks that come from these referring domains to start to build trust and power within Google, because Google is a popularity contest. So the more websites are saying to go to Freedom, Midwest, looking for work, the more Google is going to trust you, okay? Because more websites are saying to go to you. Now, what happens here, though, is you don't just want any backlink from any referring domain. You want them to be of a high quality as they sit too. So you want these referring domains to already have high power and trust ratings, so that once you get a backlink from them, it grants power and trust over to your website as well. So it looks like kind of from the sheer amount of backlinks that you have compared to your power and trust rating, they're probably not of the highest quality as it sits right now. Okay. Now, what's also interesting is for an entire website that has, so many, services, roofing, window siding, etc. You should probably have more keywords within your website, and not probably should. You should, so that you can actually rank for a lot more things within Google. Because you want people to be able to find you. If you don't have these keywords within your website, they can't find you. And that's what we're seeing here when it comes down to traffic. So we need to make sure we're optimizing the website to actually have keywords within there. I would say for you guys being in St. Louis and offering, at least 3 different services, we should probably have close to 100 different keywords within there. And then we need to start building power and trust within Google so that we can exponentialize this amount of traffic that you're getting in, okay? Now, when we look at top competitor when it comes to roofing, we can see right off the bat, this is Ferguson Roofing, and we can see their rankings here from Power and Trust are fairly higher when it comes down to it. And we can see that just from the sheer amount of backlinks that they've built out. So they've built out a lot of power and trust already. They also have a ton of keywords. This is going to be from a blog that's in their website. So I'm going to say, let's cut half of their traffic out. And this is probably being, generous. Let's cut half of their traffic out and make it down to 1.5 thousand. Just saying that probably half of the people coming into our website are probably looking through the blog more likely than looking for services from them. But even at 1,500 people coming into the website every month looking for services from you is huge, right? You can see how huge that would be. Even if you convert 5% of those people into paying customers, that's an incredible amount of extra jobs per month. That grows a business exponentially very fast. So I like to keep these videos between 7 and 8 minutes, so I'm going over here. I think there's definitely information you can use to start to improve the traffic and online presence of the company without a doubt. So I do want to say thank you again. I would love to have some feedback on the video. Did you love it? Did you hate it? And then if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me as well. And you can do that through an email, phone call, or text. Any of those are just fine to reach me. And then, just thank you once again. I do appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to watch the video.